Let's talk about the Infernal Astaroth. To be specific, the one spelled like this. Right off the bat, if you're doing some research on Astaroth, you're going to find a lot of differing information. Astaroth has always presented to me in a masculine form with a masculine energy. Now, that's not to say that they can't appear differently or come through differently for other people. However, a lot of people who say they work with Astaroth claim that they're coming through as a female, not a male. I've also even heard people claim that Astaroth is also the goddess Astarte or even the goddess Aphrodite. I personally never believed this to be correct because it just didn't feel the same energetically to me. However, now I have some information that helps back that up. In A Dictionary of Angels by Gustav Davidson, there's a couple entries that go over Astaroth or Astarte and Astaroth. Astaroth, the being that I work with, is listed here as previously having been a seraphim. Astarte, the goddess that's commonly associated with Astaroth, is actually listed with the names Ashtaroth, Ashtoreth, and Ishtar Venus, as well as more. There's also another entry for an angel named Astaroth, which is very similar as well. And then you can see here Astareth is also the one that's equated with Astarte. But this one and this one is female. This one is always listed as a masculine. Am I going to say that just because it's listed in one book means that it's true and definite? No. But it does back up my feelings around it. Astaroth is commonly associated with dragons, vipers, dogs, and wolves. So any offerings with those things involved are pretty well favored. He's really enjoyed whenever I've given him obsidian, black tourmaline, any kind of dark colored stones. In my experience with him, the colors he tends to prefer is black, gray, red, green, and blue. In the Ars Goetia, he is associated with knowing occult knowledge as well as knowledge of the past, present, and future. He's personally been really helpful to help me find my footing in my present moment, help me understand my past, as well as help me to plan for my future. He's also very knowledgeable and tends to be quite forthcoming with that information. In a lot of places they say that he comes through smelling horrifically, but I've never actually had that experience with him. He tends to come through for me smelling like pine, cedar, and books. His energy is subtle, cool temperatured, and quiet, but also very deep and still. I would compare his energy to feeling like you're in a quiet forest or the depths of the ocean. He's always come through for me as really, really patient, kind, and gentle, but I have seen him very, very intense. As with any infernal and or deity, if you're going to call him in, I highly recommend doing so with respect and not to contain them. It's a surefire way to set yourself up for a really bad time. But I hope this information helps.